Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 10 Minutes Astrology. Every week, Alejo and I will be here to help you learning astrology. And at this moment, we are learning transiting outer planet in your chart. And today, we are going to talk about Pluto in 8th house. But before that, before I forget everything, I have to promote my course. Is the 26th of April and the 3rd of May. We are going to learn astrocartography and the local space map together. And this event, they are donation based. So come to visit our website and to see, and make a donation, then you can join us. But Alejo, you have more interesting topic, right?
Well, I don't know if more interesting, a different topic. It's a gender and astrology. So basically, what I did was to study how astrologers relate to the idea of masculine and feminine and how they apply it into their chart work and if it's representing our current social ideas of what masculine and feminine means.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be giving a talk at the Alumni Association of the Sophia Center, which
Mhm.
is where I got my dissertation, my MA.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be presenting some ideas about gender that I haven't presented before. And I'm not just about gender, about how astrologers relate with the topic of gender. So the talk is called Venus, Mars, and Everyone in Between, with this idea of trying to gather a wide variety of understandings of what gender is. Yes.
Wow, sounds very interesting. Let's go back to today's transiting Pluto in 8th house because 8th house usually, in the traditional view, are dead and the taboo, but so is Pluto. So is Pluto.
Is the death of death? What is this?
Well, still dead. Don't tell me it's like a minus minus you get a plus.
Yeah, exactly. Minus is plus. So death of death is resurrection. Actually, Pluto in the eighth could be resurrection.
You're
Yes,
right, exactly.
yes. Because Pluto in the eighth, what it will take us is, of course, it's all about a descent and a very
Hmm.
deep descent into
Hmm.
dark, hidden areas of ourselves, perhaps taboo areas of ourselves, areas that we want to hide from society, areas that we feel ashamed of. And the eighth house is the house of transformation, so it takes us to this very deep layer of transformation. And once we face all of these kind of, I say dark in the sense that they are hidden, there are
Hmm.
denied aspects of ourselves, the Pluto promises to resurrect, right? To bring life again. So Pluto destroys in order to promote life. It's not mean. Pluto is like this goddess Kali, right? She destroys in order
Hmm.
to promote life. Kali from the Indian pantheon. And I'm thinking with the eighth house, I'm thinking the idea of inheritances. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking we inherit not just money or properties, we inherit emotions, we inherit ways of thinkings, we inherit ideologies. So with Pluto going in the eighth house might be a moment in which we suddenly, again, not suddenly, we slowly start to see, I keep using the word suddenly, but it's not a Pluto word. We
Uh-huh.
slowly start to see that there are a lot of behaviors, a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of feelings. It could be so many things that we have inherited and that they are not our own. So
Hmm.
Pluto will help us get rid of this burden that we have
Hmm.
inherited in order to be more alive.
Mm. That's very interesting because when you try to ask yourself about why you use the word suddenly, I do have that feeling about, well, you're right. The with our understanding of a Pluto is doesn't really relate it to with suddenly. But however, those review of the scary things are always make us feel like why suddenly?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
it's true.
and then you pay a little bit attention, then you realize they are always there. It's not suddenly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
it's true.
suddenly.
Yes.
Yeah. So with this Pluto in the eighth house, those things are already there. Maybe like what we inherited from a family with those family pattern. What do you eat? For example, your habit, how you express yourself and your opinions with something, they are all inherited
Yeah.
from our past, from family, from ancestor or something. Then I was, I want to say suddenly, then you aware. It's difficult to
Because
that.
I think it's very right what you said. It's like Pluto, when it comes, it's coming towards your house. It's
Yeah,
coming towards the planet. So it's slowly building up. But
yeah,
because I think there's a huge sense of denial with Pluto because it rules what's hidden. It's
yes,
like even though it's there, we try to no, we don't
yeah,
see
yeah,
it. We're trying to be oblivious. So then suddenly, boom, it splashes in our face. But when it splashes in our face, we actually see it was there forever. It was building
definitely.
up slowly and slowly, slowly,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so it is very interesting. If we deny it, we may use the word suddenly. But
Yes. Yeah.
just be honest with what you have. Be honest and look around to your environment and look around your daily routine and think about how you get all this mindset or habit to your life. Then you will realize, oh, even the value, eight house, is loads of value or loads of point of view we get from other people or from partner or from our ancestor. They say, oh, this is good and that is bad. Why I have this kind of a mind? Then Pluto in eighth house help us to re-examine all those things, all those things. But I like what you say about the recreation. So it is challenge. Everything go through eighth house. Oh, it's
It's always a
definitely
challenge.
it's always challenge. And then and then could be we struggle. We struggle with it, and then that kind of a struggle to empower you eventually to make you stronger to understand your ability and how we going to how we going to connect with other people with the tips and that is kind of a very interesting, especially that is another meaning of eight house, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. I was thinking also the eighth house is how we connect intimately with other people. It's also the
Yeah.
idea of other people's values.
Yes.
So Pluto in the eighth, for a moment, might makes us feel pressed to other people's values, like enslaved to other people's values.
Oh
But by
yeah.
showing us this, by showing us how much power other people's way of valuing us has on us, we may break free from that.
Yeah. Yeah. We can always say because you, so I choose this and that. But eventually, we have to also tell ourselves that they just offer an option. If you really don't want, you can always say no. So why you agree with them and staying there? That's because part of you wanted to, but you just say because of they. I do this for
Yes.
them, and that's very interesting to understand the dynamic between us and our another half, our partner or someone else who we working together or who we living together with, and that is another layer of the eighth house. And when Pluto go through, we are going to examine them. Sounds pretty deep and pretty interesting. I wish everyone, if you're going to have the Pluto transit in the eighth house like me soon, well, enjoy it,
Enjoy
isn't
the
it?
ride.
Enjoy the ride. Okay, thank you, Alejo, joining me today. Next week, we are moving to Transiting Pluto in the ninth house.
Yes.